Imagine there is no heaven. Something we kind of discussed about in our episode of Dropped Stones that came out today. It was a wild episode that covered many different topics as we went through it. And one of the ones we talked about was reincarnation. And Candy asked, is that a better option or outlook on things than the heaven and hell concept? And I think to a degree it might be a little better, but it still has the same basic premises. The negative consequences that come from dying and our explanation what happens to after we leave this earthly realm there's negative consequences that could be potential. So it's based off fear. You have heaven, which is the reward for a good and godly life that you lived, and you have hell if you fell short, didn't follow the beliefs, and didn't read the book or check off all the boxes as you went through. And hell's just based off of negative actions. It's a deterrence to keep us prevented, and deterrence has worked for humankind since the beginning of humankind. I mean, hell, we have capital punishment today, and its main purpose is to be a deterrence to most of society to not commit awful and horrific things. The fear of losing your time on this planet should outweigh the passions you have to commit a crime. So we use deterrence all the time to prevent ourselves from doing evil things. So why wouldn't man create systems where deterrence would help keep people on the straight and narrow? If you don't follow us, if you don't believe this, if you don't worship this way and act this way and sacrifice this way, you're going to be going to this evil place. And and we kind of examined reincarnation too and saw, there's some other benefits. I mean, there is something in it where if you came back, if this was just a time where we were living and existing right now, and after we died, we were able to choose what we want to do again, and we had different experiences. I mean, there's really not a negative thing. It's just kind of a learning experience going through on that. So that type of reincarnation, I think, there's a wonderful thing if that's what you choose you want to believe in. But I think the thing that really needs to be looked at and examined is how much of this is based off of fear. How much are we operating our lives, preventing ourselves from experiencing life because of the fear of what's going to happen afterwards? And I think if that affects how much freedom you have in participating in a fulfilling and just all around great encompassing life, then your system's probably pretty screwed up because it's preventing you to do and be who you want because of the fears that are instilled in that belief. So recognize what's happening here. Recognize that this is all controlled by fear, and live your life day to day, understanding that this is the one life you get. This is your one chance to learn, experience this world the way that you're here to experience it. Every day's precious, every day's great. Live life like that every day, and don't fear the consequences that may come from a bad decision here and there.